I'm sure you've heard about Contra, right? If you haven't, trust me, you're missing out. It's a platform where you could hire experts or showcase your work, and several companies, even Framer, could hire you for their work. It's pretty awesome, trust me. So let me walk you through how we've earned over 50K using Contra platform, and how you can to set up your profile account, get clients. But the first thing you want to go through is your account. As you could see here, you want this to be turned on. And I also recommend signing up for the Pro, even if it's just for a couple of months. When we got started, it was a bit rough. So what we did was we signed up for Pro, and now we are like on a yearly plan for that. So that could also put you on the map a bit. You'll notice one thing is we don't just have static websites, right? Is either we are showing a design or we are showing an animation or something. We'll find out that many times when we just have some static websites, it doesn't really sell than when we have either some sort of GIF or a customized project. The way you create that is simple. You could just go to project new, and you could just add your featured image, then you add the other details and so on. It's pretty simple. So if you go to each of the projects, you also want to add some keywords which could be helpful when it comes to SEO, right? Like Framer designer, Framer developer, any tools that you use, anything entirely from where Contra have a lot of stats on that. So you want to have that set up, so that way it could also help to when it comes to SEO, and also when you have when people are searching for Contra related projects. So before we got into Contra, one of the first things we did was getting some of our previous clients we've worked with from Framer community. So that was also one way we get jobs. We reach out to people who need help on Framer community, and then help them face those bugs or build those Framer websites. So one thing we did then was we convert them back to Contra, so at least we could build up our profile when getting started. So if you have any existing clients and they want to send you a testimonial, for example, you could just tell them, why not just come to Contra and just send me the testimonial. It's one thing that we did early on, and that also helped us like boost our reviews in itself. Also, when done with your Contra projects, you also want to ask for a review immediately. That is a must. You don't want to do some work and then your reviews are just bland. Contra will recommend you more for that. Then we have services. So for this, you could just add any of your service, like if you're doing Framer to design, if you're doing HTML, if you're doing custom code components, if you're doing any stuff at all. For us, our main focus are building templates, building websites, some functionalities, custom code implementation, e-commerce, and all of those stuff. Anything regarding Framer, we handle them. We handle them all. Then on the about part, what we just have here is some of our description here. You just want something that is pretty simple, right? You don't want something too complex. So, and you could see all of the earnings on badges that we've earned so far: Spline Expert, Quick Responder, end over 50K, and so on and so on. If you go to jobs, one of the benefit of this Pro is you could see some jobs specifically just for you because of the way you set up your accounts. And you could also see you've been invited by clients to see this. So we could see 2 hours ago, we could see this, and we could come in here and read the description for this. Okay, we build and set template. Then we just go to projects. Just go to start projects. Then we send the person we are sending the project to. So I'm just going to use this as an example. Write the project name, enter the payment details, like let's say test. Next, we enter the project detail. If it's invoice billing, a fixed payment, if it's like escrow, where okay, based on milestone, like we'll discuss this on the call, right? Then we just send it to them and they make payment immediately. Then boom, we'll start working. We close at least 80% of our calls, right? Like we close them right on the call. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. If you have any question, I had fun doing this. If you have any question, please reach out on how to position and like sell yourself in Contra.